Brian Murphy back here with Chris Thomason at Winter Park. Another newsy Wednesday, another turn of the quarterback screw, so to speak. Josh Freeman has a concussion now, will not play. We're back to Christian Ponder. What was that announcement like, and what do you think the implications are?
Just when you think this Vikings quarterback situation can't get any weirder, it does. We were settled in for what we thought was a routine press conference. Josh Freeman has to do better. He's got to do this, blah, blah, blah. Then Leslie Frazier drops the bombshell. Oh, he has concussion-like symptoms, so he's probably out on Sunday. Back to Christian Ponder. So if you guys are keeping score out there, that would be 4 starts this year for Ponder, 2 for Matt Castle, and 1 for Freeman. And who knows if there'll ever be another Freeman start. Nobody knows where this is going to end.
And what does this mean for Christian Ponder? I mean, here's a guy that pretty much everybody thought was kind of left on the side of the road when the decision was made, not only to go with Matt Castle for that 1 start against Pittsburgh, but also now signing Josh Freeman during the bye kind of signals, they're kind of done with that era, but maybe not.
Who knows? I mean, everybody thought the Ponder era was over. And now it almost sounds like, man, maybe the Freeman's era is over right when it started, but nobody knows. I mean, obviously, it's got to be done on the field, and Christian Ponder has another chance against Green Bay on Sunday to do it on the field. And if he performs well on Sunday, it would seem to me hard to go right back to Josh Freeman, especially after his disastrous showing Monday against the Giants.
Yeah, and it's kind of ironic because Christian Ponder was playing so well at the end of the regular season last year, got the Vikings into the playoffs, but hurt his elbow and wasn't able to play at Lambeau Field for that playoff game. In some twisted way, he's kind of getting his shot again, but it's basically to save his job as maybe not a Vikings quarterback, but just an NFL quarterback.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. I mean, he's got a chance at second life, third life, or whatever the count is right now. And Josh Freeman, I mean, they're going to have to see how he looks in practice. He is signed for just this 1 year, but, at some point they've got to commit to somebody. I mean, the season's not even half over. They've already started 3 different quarterbacks. At some point, you would think, and Leslie Frazier pretty much admitted it, they got to have a guy who's our regular quarterback.
Well, let's talk about Green Bay. I mean, the Vikings are reeling in every area at 1-5 right now. Their biggest rivals come into the Metrodome, humming along at 4-2, leading the NFC North, perennial playoff contender. Aaron Rodgers in MVP form per usual. I mean, this is a team that's loaded, that's had their way with the Vikings. I mean, is there any possible way Minnesota can even kind of come out not just with a victory, but even some respectability after the way they played the last 2 weeks?
There doesn't seem to be a lot of room for optimism. It is the final time they'll face the rival Packers at the Metrodome. Maybe that will stir them up a little bit, but obviously they have to get the running game going. Adrian Peterson, 13 carries for 28 yards. That's not going to get it done against the Giants on Monday. Ran for 199 when they played last year in the regular season finale. So as much as the quarterback situation has to be better, so does the running game, and they kind of work hand in hand.
We should note, too, that Adrian did not practice today. He was limited a bit last week. He's got a hamstring issue. I think the Vikings are being safe. They want to try to preserve him as much as they can for Sunday's game. But, I mean, it is imperative that they get not only their running game going, their passing game going. Their defense played a little bit better against the Giants, but again, this is a pass defense that has been among the league's worst, and now they're facing one of the best throwing teams in the league.
Yeah, interestingly, at least the one small consolation for Vikings fans to come out of Monday is the defense played better. I mean, the Giants got 23 points, 10 were on very short fields after turnovers. But then again, how much of that was the defense playing better? How much was the Giants are pretty brutal offensively? So for Vikings fans trying to find some room for optimism, maybe that will help that they're at least coming off a solid defensive performance on Monday.
Well, a rivalry game at the Dome should give us a picture of where Christian Ponder is, where the quarterback scenario is, maybe not, but it's also going to have another opportunity to see where, going into the second half of the season, that the Vikings can indeed stay relevant. So for Chris Thomason, Brian Murphy signing off from Winter Park.